Good afternoon. My name is Henri SAPORTA. I'm the editor-in-chief of Emballage magazine, and it's my pleasure to be the moderator of our third roundtable Innovation Lab round startup after 4.0 and something else on Tuesday the 15th. We are looking at a new approach of the supply chain. And it's my pleasure to be able to welcome Nicolas SALAH to my left, immediately to my left, and Jacques MONNIER. Nicolas, we met a couple of years ago at Emballage 2014 here. And in 2014, you created a buzz because you came up with a machine to manufacture cardboard pallets. And this machine was designed by the company you created together, IP3 Concept. It's a startup, or it was at the time, and you commercialized this solution for manufacturing and selling cardboard pallets. And we're going to see how this new solution for cardboard pallets makes you think of a different way of considering the supply chain and logistics as a result of the new type of pallets. Now, how did this all start, and how did you two meet? Nicolas. First of all, good afternoon to all of you. My name is Nicolas SALAH. I'm the chairman of IP3 Group, the parent company of IP3 Concept, the smaller company, the startup. I used to be a key account manager for a large international company, and I met Jacques MONNIER in the industry discussing packaging problems and working with large key accounts on supply chain, on design, development, and packaging purchases. Jacques. My name is Jacques MONNIER. I'm CEO of EP3 Concept, part of EP3 Group. I have a strong experience in packaging. I have an industrial training, and we met in the packaging business, the two of us. And in the meantime, I developed this new process and rolled it out internationally. We have here a sample of a beautiful wooden box. It was manufactured by Blanchet, the Blanchet company. Florence Blanchet was here this morning, and this was the winner of the packaging contest in 2014. This new innovative approach won you the award in 2014. So what made you want to go down this avenue and want to conceive a new cardboard pallet? To specify my question, I would like to say that now on the market we have wood pallets. Wood pallet can be a single-use pallet or multiple use, and it can be bought either by users or rented by users for specific uses or anything else. Now, the other option is cardboard pallets. Manufactured by cardboard manufacturers, and you also have plastic pallets and metal pallets. Now, pallets are absolutely necessary for any kind of logistics, inflows or outflows. So you're working on a very buoyant market and an absolutely necessary part of the market. So how do you operate with global companies on a very dynamic market? Well, to make it simple, the principle is quite basic. Like any end user or semi-finished or finished good producer, the idea is to deliver goods from where they are manufactured to where they will be used, either a user, or a B2B user, or a final customer, and then customer B2C. So the idea is just to transport a product from where it is made to where it is used. So either you use wooden pallets, you pass an order, they're delivered via truck and delivered at a given time. They are used, and then they are stored, and then they are loaded on the truck again. A pallet is an element of support for the handling, and it is part of the whole solution, legally speaking. Jacques, what is your responsibility here? Right here, you have little cubes like building blocks. What are they? Are you an inventor? Are you a whiz kid, or you just like playing with Lego? You invented a cardboard cube. Well, this is the result of a market survey. that we conducted. The idea is if you want to design a new system, you need to have a market survey. And this, after conducting a market survey, I realized that the market of pallets is a huge market. We have 5 billion pallets produced per year, wood pallets. And that means 100 billion euro in flows per year. In 2025 will probably be 9 billion inhabitants, and we'll need to have primary resources will need to be shared, and wood will become rare. Of course, it's more interesting to use wood to make furniture or houses than to use it to make pallets. The market of wood pallets is non-noble wood, non-low-end wood. I mean, wood is a renewable resource, so we're going to talk about cardboard, but what is going to make the cardboard pallet different from the wood pallet? Well, you have to trap whatever you can in terms of market share, and 30% of the market is wood that is only used once and then it is recycled. So the cycle is very short. It's a shame to fell trees just to manufacture one pallet. And if you manufacture the same pallets in cardboard, you can recycle the pallet once used, and it can be used 10 times, or at least you can manufacture 10 with one tree. So there's a considerable added value. Corrugated iron has great potential here. So in your invention, there's the invention, but also the reuse of the object. Single-use pallets should be recycled. That's the better option today. So they are recycled, and if they're made of cardboard, these pallets are recycled, and this is only a single material. We're going to target the specific markets that cardboard pallets can be used for. 300 to 350 kilos per pallet. Cardboard is sturdy enough for that. And once the cardboard pallet is used, it's going to be compacted and recycled. It's going to be sold 100 or 150 euro. Whereas wood is going to be granulated and end up, it's going to be turned into pellets, and it's not going to be recycled. Now that we've defined the general framework behind your company and the new design you came up with, what more can you tell us about the product, your product? Say a pallet is manufactured, and wherever it's manufactured, it's going to be transported to where it is going to be needed. So there are some trucks that are going to transport empty pallets to wherever they're going to be loaded. So you conceived or you designed a machine to manufacture pallets wherever they're going to be loaded. We have a little pitch, and when we discuss people who don't necessarily know the supply chain, we have a breakthrough in English because that we do away with the old system. We're talking about sustainable development, about reducing costs and eco designs, and now we have a pallet photocopier. Now, generally, people rent photocopiers, and they get the copy, and they don't think twice about the result. Whereas now we have a machine that is less than 30 square meters, and that can manufacture pallets. And for a product manufacturer, he has the pallets available, and these are custom-made pallets. Well, we haven't brought the machine along because it's quite large in size, but the result is the following. Look at these cubes next to Jacques, and once these have been made, they're quite sturdy. The system is meant to support 300 to 350 kilos, and the whole thing is to develop to the user for the pallets to be loaded. What's the ratio of size reduction? We can transport 3 times as many cardboard pallets as we would transport wood pallets. If we don't store wood pallets in a courtyard, there's much less circulation, and there's going to be great cost savings on the different flows. Less pollution, less waste. There are huge cost savings on indirect costs. What about your customer? Your customer is, aren't they going to prefer renting pallets than using ready-to-use cardboard pallets? No, not necessarily. As Nicolas said, the whole interest of our system is because it's easy to use and it's light to transport. You could very well have customers who are going to order their pallets from a center, a manufacturing center that is close geographically to where that is, in large quantities, and they might want to be part of the system so as to be able to produce their pallets in real time.
Just in time.
Or just in time. As you said, you manufacture the pallets where they're going to be used, you reinvent the supply chain, and you need to attract customers, and you need to sell this new concept. It is, of course, typical of any startup that come up with a breakthrough innovation. Now, where do you stand today? We've been at it for 2 years now, since 2014. We've done pretty well. Today, we passed an agreement with one of the subsidiaries of Suez Environnement. They are developing this here in France, the so-called EPA-Cube. They took a license to manufacture your product, and they're manufacturing the pallets with your product. So you're not doing the manufacturing. No, you're making your invention available and granting licenses to manufacture them. We have invented the concept. We negotiate it with our customers, and they manufacture them according to their needs on their markets. Second element that is important is that we are growing fast. We've gone international. We are selling in Algeria and in other countries. We've just set up a production line in October, and we're producing 800,000 pallets per year. So it's almost the equivalent to what we produce in France. It's very fast growth. Nicolas, the adventure started here in 2014, what used to be called the Salon de l'Emballage then, and is now called ALL4PACK. What boosted your business? We weren't known at all. We just had a few consulting firms that knew about us, and our presence here at the trade fair made the difference. I'm going to tell you a story. The day we arrived here to prepare for the trade fair in 2014, there was a little mistake, and there was a little area that was empty in the sector dedicated to innovation. So we asked, brought our stuff in to just fill up the space. So everybody sort of rolled up their sleeves, and we started, running the machines, and we manufactured 100 or so pallets, and in half an hour we managed to produce 100, and they could use. So we just did what we're selling at the trade fair. So it's just an example of what we could do that we did directly at the fair. But to develop a business like this, you need investment funds, you need a bit of support. How can two businessmen do this? Well, there's one thing, first of all, is that the first step, the concept was proven to be effective. When we were ready to cater to the market, we needed to find the right partners to move on. In France, we met with Suez Environnement through Jacques. They jumped into the opportunity. And then you looked for funds like startups generally do. Yeah, we did a first round table, and now we had to do it. Well, we had to give them a demonstration of our photocopier to manufacture pallets, just to show them it worked. No, we didn't turn ourselves into Xerox machines. No, we spread the gospel, and we just showed the market what we could do. So what's in the pipeline for the next few years? Have you got anything that is about to be marketed? What we want to do is develop a lasting partnership with US Environnement and to speed things up with research. We want to go international, and we want to find a new partner for developing our business internationally, whether a service provider or undulator or undulated cardboard manufacturer. And this in the short term. Well, you must be convincing. And something that we haven't touched upon is that your solution caters to many markets, since pallets are manufactured on site and they can be customized. You can have as many little basic elements underneath, and you can use them to transport whatever you want. Caters to all sorts of usages. We adapt the product to the need, and today, with the market that is becoming more and more just in time, we offer an ideal solution. Less than 30 seconds. I mean, you can decide whether you can see it here. You can see this is a pallet box. You have the cardboard box on top, and the basic elements at the bottom. They do. And then there's a machine. There's one machine that manufactures the bases, and we can decide at the very last minute whether we want to have 4 or 5 or 9. It's the 4.0 pallet with a certain number of pins. The number of pins is customized. It's a very modern pallet. Yes, let me give you an example. IKEA, for example, they produce for themselves, or they use for themselves, 24 million pallets, and they're already using one of the concepts for their one concept for their pallets that is similar to ours. So what we revolutionize is the fact that the pallet is placed on pins, integrated pins, and that the whole thing is manufactured on site. Are there any competitors on the market, or are you the only ones? There are technical solutions, but not full end-to-end solutions, so that everything be produced on site and with a total cost control in 30 seconds. Well, what can we wish you? I mean, to raise more capital. First of all, we want to find new partners to go international, and then to raise the capital that allow us to gear up. And then I can only wish you new contracts in France and abroad to show the robustness of your concept. And we'll be back in a couple of years' time at the next trade fair. And I'll be there to meet with you if you want to see me before then. Thank you very much, Nicolas SALAH and Jacques Le Monnier. You created IP3 Concept to sell the IP3 system pallet, a system to manufacture pallets on site for the end user, and you hope to be able to revolutionize the production lines. So congratulations to all of you, and see you tomorrow for the last Innovation Lab show. And we'll be talking about controlling production from a tablet. This is something that can be done with a simple iPad or a digital personal computer. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow.